Hello, my marvellous sausages. Stalker 2 is utterly fantastic, but it can be a bit tricky to start. Well, here's 13 tips I really wish I knew before I started. Now, when you're out and about in the old zone, you're going to find that you're going to get these red storms that just drop on you, and they're very, very dangerous. If you stay exposed to them for too long, your health will start dropping really fast. You can punch as many health packs into yourself as you can, but it really does kill you very, very quickly. Now, you do get a warning of these storms. These storms are called emissions, and the sky will go red. You'll get lightning hitting the ground near you, but that's not, well, they can kill you or hurt you, but what actually does hurt you is it starts swirling, and once you're in that swirl, you're dead, basically. So you need to find shelter, and there are shelters in the main kind of settlements, but also if you find a place basically with a door that you can run into and get some kind of protection. Just be careful you don't run into a place that's full of enemies. Oh, I'm in! Just in time. My god, that was terrifying. It's all got a doesn't matter, I'm off. Oh my god, I'm gonna die from git. But there we are. It's basically a building with a door that'll save you. Just not this one. Ah! Early game, if you're looking for somewhere to store all your bits and bobs, once you come to this settlement here, let me show you on the map. It's called the Slag Heap, and it's a base here. And now there's a trader in here, he's called Huron, and he's a very handy chap to know and get stuff from. But right here to the right, there's a box, look. Now you can actually store stuff in this if it's stuff that you really want to keep. Now you can see I just got a load of rubbish in here, really, but I was just trying to drop my, because I found myself over-encumbered all the time, which is very irritating. So yes, this is a great place to store some stuff if you want to, if you find yourself over-encumbered all the time and you're not too sure whether or not you need to use it. Now, stash boxes are usually located near a bed in a settlement. You can see, look, here's another bed that we can keep on here, and there's another stash box there that you can use to stick your stuff in, like this. And you can see then that they're all connected as well. So whatever I put in one settlement will appear in another stash box in another. So that's a very handy thing to use, yes. Now, you might find traders a little bit confusing because, well, if you've never played Stalker before, which I hadn't, so it's a kind of different system, but it's not so bad once you get used to it. You've got two different boxes here, look. So you want to drop anything from your inventory into this top box up there. So say I wanted to sell, for example, let's just sell, what's that there? Let's sell some condensed milk. So I'll grab that and I'll stick it in there, like that. And I can then just, at the bottom there, look in the center, you can say, you get 86 of the vouchers, and I just press Y to confirm, and it drops 0.4 carry weight. Great. But if you wanted to sell weapons, you can only sell certain ones. So, for example, I could sell this one here, the UDP Compact, which ain't too bad, and I can stick that up the top. But I've got this one down here, look, I've got a broken weapon, that's M10 Gordon. I think to myself, oh, let's just sell that. I don't bloody use it. It's only 708, but yeah, let's get rid of it. So I can pick it up, but it won't let me put it in the top box up there. Look, it just drops it straight back down again. See, it's just appeared back of my inventory. That's because it's broken. It's got the broken shield indicator on it, and that goes for a yellow broken shield as well. So you can see the durability, look, along the bottom. For example, the UDP Compact, you can see there, I've got 3 green lines for the durability, which means it's working okay, but this slowly decreases the more you use it. Once the durability is down, it's going to jam a lot more. So either you can repair them and sell them, or you can just chuck them on the floor. The best thing you can do with these things early on is just extract the ammunition out of them and then just dump them. Otherwise, you're going to get over encumbered really quick. Now, you can sleep in various settlements once you come into them here. I'm using the slag heap here because everything is very, very useful. So once you come into the slag heap, you can see there, look, there's a bed icon right at the top. You can only sleep in one particular bed. So this is my bed here. Look, I could sleep in that one. If I thought, well, let's hang on, let's go and try and sleep in this one, it doesn't give you the option to sleep. Good luck as well, look, because that one looks stinking. Somebody's wet themselves on it about 15 times. So you come into your bed and you stand over it. But look, I can't sleep because I've got a status ailment, which is a bit of a git. Well, your status ailments are all showing down there in the bottom left-hand corner by your radiation, health, and stamina gauge down there. So all you need to do is cure that status ailment. Now, the little chicken leg there means that I'm hungry. So all that means is I've just got to go into my bag and I've got to eat some stuff. Let's eat that. Yes, you is lovely. And let's do it again as well. Let's eat it again. There we are. And now it's disappeared. He'll have a chomp on some bread and now I can go to bed. I made a rhyme then. Now, going to bed doesn't really do anything. It doesn't, apart from do the passage of time. It doesn't give you any health or anything like that in particular. You can't sleep in it without curing status ailments first. So when you click on go to bed, all you're going to do is change it from daytime to nighttime. But then again, that's probably a good thing out in the zone, isn't it? Because you're going to get killed in the dark. Well, you're going to get killed in the daylight, but you're going to actually see what's killing you in the daylight. Well, sometimes. Now, if you're wondering what time it is with you here, look at me. It's 5:44 in the morning. Oh, 5:44. So you know it's going to be light outside. And then when you jump into your bed and go to bed thusly by holding the button down, you'll get in with your stinking clothes, leave your torch on, and go and have a sleep. And then once I come back out, just go and have a little look at the time, look, and it's 12:55. So I sleep for roughly 6 hours. All right, so you can change it from day to night by sleeping twice, I suppose. Yes. Now, if you're having trouble finding and locating certain missions on the map, there's 2 states for each of the mission. There's the, first of all, there's the yellow ones, which are your main mission. They're all the main ones. The blue ones are all your side missions. If you go to your journal, you can see which ones are which. Look, so I've kind of got the main mission. The price goes up. And the side missions here. Now, I'm having a little look at this one because this is going to roll into my next tip. It's called the Warlock's Debtor, okay? And I've picked this up from the bartender at Zalicia and wants me to do a bit of debt collecting for him. So you can track this, look, by pressing X, okay? So you can track it on the map now, so it'll fill it in there. You can see it's gone from like an empty white to a full white. But if you want to find out where that is on the map, in the bottom right-hand corner there, look, it says Select Right Panel. Once you press the right trigger, or whatever it is on your PC, it'll be there for you to see. So I tap the right trigger, and then it pops over to the objective, look, okay? And then I can show it directly on the map by tapping the R stick, R3. So let me just tap the R stick there, and there we go. It's showing it to me on the map there, look, the Warlock's Debtor. So this is a nice way to navigate around which particular missions you've got active, and to show you exactly where they are without you wandering around the map, wondering what the hell is going on. This is a nice early side mission to do because it gets you a nice weapon, which of course is very useful when you're just starting out in Stalker 2. It's called the Warlock's Debtor mission here. So you come to your journal there. Now you've picked it up from the bartender over at Zalicia. They wanted to do a bit of debt collecting for them. And the Zalicia bar, in case you don't know, is just here. Look, you can see it there, the location. It's one of the first settlements that you come to. It's in what's known as the Lesser Zone, or as the Starter Zone, really, which is where you get the mission. What you need to do is come and track to this area, like I just showed you to do in the last tip. But what you need to do then, you talk to some chap. Once you've finished talking to the chap, they say you've got to go and talk to him, but don't stand in front of the door. Go and stand by a hole in the wall. If you stand by the door, he'll shoot you in the face. Now, if I wandered around here for ages trying to find out where he is, but actually, look, if you just come down here to the side, go past this masked buffoon, get out of the way, you idiot. There's a hole in the wall here, and there he is, look. And that's the one you need to speak to. That's Valak Lummox. So once you've chatted to him, he tells you that the stash is at the top of this water tower. There's a few electrical anomalies here, so get your bolts out and chuck them in so you don't get doodahed by them. And there's a big... Oh, look, there's another one there. Look, lovely. There's a big ladder which will take you straight up to the top. So we'll make our way up to the top here. Nice. Then at the top, you locate a rucksack and search the rucksack. And in here, you've got a lovely weapon. You've got the AKM-74U, which is excellent. So I'm just going to grab that. Hooray! Let's have that. Thanks very much. Take all. And there you go. You've got a really cool scoped machine gun type affair at the very early part of the game. Now, early on in the game, you might find it confusing. I tend to pick up loads of different ammos that you can see I've got here, but you don't know which ones are used for what because there's a diversity of weapons. And of course each weapon has a different caliber or different type of ammunition. But there is a way to figure out exactly which one is used for what. So you can see I've got an array of guns in here. If I go to that one there, look, nothing is highlighted on my inventory there, so I know that's currently not being used. It does tell you what it fits, an RPM-74, but how do you know what that is? Do you know what I mean? You think, well, I don't know if I got that or not, and it's a huge pain to go scrolling through it all. But if you keep on scrolling through the different weapon types, there we go, you can see those there, look, they're 5.56 45mm. And now they all go with this gun down here. I believe that is the, what's that one called? It's called the GP37, look. So I know they fit that because it's highlighted it blue. Same goes for every other one as well. So you can see there I've got the 9x18mm. They go with my pistols there. So you know exactly which weapon it takes which ammunition by the highlighting. I don't have much here really that's of much use, so I should be storing a lot of this stuff. But you can use that store box to stick the ammunition in so you can always come back and get it later on. Now, artifacts and anomalies are linked, because you can only find artifacts within certain anomalies. Now, you do get a beeping sound if you're close to an anomaly. You can chuck one of your bolts there just to get rid of it, look, and run through. But only when your little machine here starts bleeping, your artifact scanner, do you know that you're close to one of these artifacts. Now, you pick this device up just as part of the missions when you're first starting. But what you want to look for, ooh, a lot of lighting at you, is an anomaly that also gives you a flashing light on this readout here. Now then, what you can do, and what I'm going to try and chance my arm with here, is you find these points of interest. They can sometimes be, or they quite a lot of times can be, anomalies. And because they're a point of interest, they may have an artifact in them there. So what I'm going to do is go to this point of interest here and see what it is. Right, so I've come to this field here and it's got electricity in it. So what we're doing is we're going to look for the artifact. But just make sure you've got loads of health on you, because you're going to take quite a kick in. I'm going to throw this in here just to try and distract them for a minute. There's the bleep. Come on now. Keep on chucking your bolts to deactivate them. Right, we're getting closer. Maybe on the roof. Let's see if we can go up here, see if this will help at all. We've got the anomaly up on the roof here. We're still bleeping. This is it. Here we go. I walked close to it, look, and it's popped into existence there. Where the bloody hell did it go then? There it is, and it's a shop class item. Excellent. So you can see, you do have to give it a bit of a... Come on, pick it up. There we are. Lovely. Did I grab that? Yes, I got it. Good. There we go. So, that's how you find it. Now, of course, if you do sometimes come across anomalies out in the wild, they can sometimes hold artifacts, but generally, I found that it's the ones that you look for with a point of interest on the map. Now, artifacts have two uses, really. First of all, you could either sell them. Look at this shop class one I've got, 14 grand. That's pretty good. But it's also got benefits as well. So you can look down the list here, and it's got endurance and bleeding resistance. Now, you can see the words weak there in green. Now, that means it's a positive effect to you. So what that means is going to increase my endurance the smallest amount, a weak amount, but it's still going to increase my endurance. And also, it's going to give me slightly better bleeding resistance as well. Now, of course, you can get different levels of those, but there's a negative effect for the artifact, and it's radiation, and they dish out radiation poisoning as you're holding them, but not in your inventory. Look, you can see there, I've got it in my inventory. I've got no negative effects there, but if I equip this and go in there, look, you can see now my radiation thing is starting to pulse, and as we wait, you'll see the gauge is going to start to fill up with radiation. So that's the downside of using these. So it depends on whether you want to use artifacts or not. My advice is to only use them if you need them, or if you're going to do a specific mission and you know you're going to be facing certain circumstances. So I'm going to whip that baby out, and I think I'm just going to sell it, actually, because I need the cash at the moment, yes. So they also say that these artifacts are random spawns. So I've come to this anomaly. If I don't get the artifact that I want, every time you find an anomaly with a bleep on it like I just had, then save it before you go and collect the artifact and find it. Then go and have a little look. If it's not the artifact you want, because you might need a specific one for a certain mission. For example, this one I'm doing, I'm looking for a horn one. So I might pick it up. I picked this one up and it wasn't. It was a crusty one. So I could just reload the save and then come back in and trigger it again, and it might spawn a different one for me. So that's quite interesting way to grab some artifacts. I'm going to keep on hunting for the horn one here. And it's worth pointing out as well that I did just say it's 14 grand that I'm going to sell that for, but when I've come here to Huron to sell it, he's only going to give me 7 grand for the 2 of them, which is a bit arse really, but I need the money, so I'm going to flog this off as well. But you may find better prices elsewhere in the game. Now, also, when you come into the chest and you think to yourself, well, I want to store stuff, of course you do. So you want to pick up your gun here, and you go, there we are, just take my gun over, look, and drop it in there. Lovely, that's great. However, you might want to keep the weapons, and you might have loads of ammo of some gun that you don't have yet. So you thought, well, I'll just store it over here. So, for example, this FMJ ammo, I got to pick it up, which I can do, but I can't move it across. Look, I can only go up and down within the inventory, which is very, very irritating. And the same goes for food. If I try to pick up that bread and I thought I want to dump some of this bread, I can't move it over there. But don't worry, there is a way to do it. You can either just tap X, look, on the this is on the Xbox, of course, or whatever it is. You're going to take all, just tap it once, and it drops it over there for you, okay? Or you can go to put down as well. So let me find something that I'm not using. Am I using those? No, that's fine. I haven't got any of those. So I'm going to put this, oh for God's sake, put this 50 over there. You can press the 3 lines, which is like the option on the controller, and then you can do put down or put down all. That's the same thing. Don't do drop and drop all. That'll just drop it on the floor. Put down will put it in the loot case. So go to put down all, bang, and it'll all go over, and then you'll drop your carrying weight. That's a bit of a fiddle, but it's something well worth remembering, because you can find yourself over encumbered pretty quick carrying around ammo that you don't necessarily use. Here's something really cool. When you die, it says another one lost to the zone, look, and then it gives you the amount of times that you've died. I think that's great. Ugh, bloody blood-sucking gits. If you come across monsters, what do you mean if? You're definitely going to come across monsters out here in the zone. The only thing is, though, they're just massive bullet sponges, but they don't give you anything. So half the time, unless you're fighting for your life, it's really not worth... Bloody hell, what's he doing? It's really not worth going after them like I'm doing here, in contrary to my actual advice. I'm also being shot at by complete idiots as well. So yes, be careful of just standing your ground and fighting loads of monsters, because all that's going to happen is that you're going to lose your ammo. I'm running away now because I'm going to die. Now, as you go through the zone, you're going to pick up PDAs, which will give you various bits of information. Now, any information that you pick up from a PDA will automatically be transferred to your journal, okay? So you can see there, for example, I got this one, Vadia's Flyer PDA. So if I come out of my inventory and then I whip out my my own PDA, you can go to notes, you look in the middle, and there we are, Flyer's last message, Vadia PDA, nah, I'm sick of your crap, la 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 la. So, it's just a little bit of info there, really. It doesn't seem to give any extra information either. So, in my mind, that one's safe to sell. And they kind of are worth selling, because you do pick them up quite, quite frequently. And, what's this, 150 vouchers, or whatever you want to call it. Coupons, I don't know. What do you want to call them? Coupons, yes. So I might sell Vadia's one to Huron here, so I'm going to pop in and sell this and get myself an extra 150 coupons. But it's worth noting that the PDA information gets transferred to the notes straight away, and then you can ascertain whether or not you might need to keep it or not, because it might have door codes or something like that. So it's well worth investigating them and reading them first before you bung them off. There we go, picking that one up. I'm going to sell that. There we are. Oh, he's only giving me 51 for it to get. Never mind, confirm, gone. Thanks very much. And I've probably left the most important tip till last. Don't forget to save. It's incredibly important, because you don't know what's going to happen to you in the zone. You might die just by looking at someone the wrong way. So make sure you bring up your options menu and save that baby as often as you like, because, well, it's easy, innit? I always forget mine, so I wish I practiced what I bloody preached. So there we go, 13 tips for beginners in Stalker 2, which is exactly what I am as well. I can't wait to jump back into the zone. I'm really beginning to thoroughly love this game. Let me know in the comments of any great tips for beginners as well, so people can read them. It's always really handy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I shall speak to you all again very soon. Sausage hurt.